Hesitation means death in Arena Breakout. Are you waiting to get pushed, or are you making the plays? Knowing when to leave cover and overwhelm your enemies is a skill, and this is the key trigger.
Sorry, bro. Oh.
Dropping into this situation, you need to know I would have been just trading shots with some bots as I pull into this initial cover spot right around her. You can probably pick up this distinct footsteps on the audio. That is definitely not AI. Sounds like a player moving underneath me or very close by the lower level. So my immediate decision here is just to push aggressively. My thinking is to cut him off at this doorway near the staircase, prevent him from getting a clean rotation or holding a nasty angle on me from below. I can actually hear him shuffling, likely getting ready to swing out himself. So instead of blindly rushing through, I hold this tight angle. I'm essentially baiting while maintaining cover, trying to catch him off guard as he commits. The flashlight tells me he's probably going to rely on blinding me for his peak, but it also makes him incredibly easy to spot. Now I'm running dum-dum rounds, specifically for hitting in armor areas like legs. When someone jump peaks like that, their initial shots are often less accurate due to the movement penalty. Knowing this, and knowing that I need leg shots, I commit to holding my ground for the initial spray rather than immediately ducking. You can see the hit marks confirming I landed several shots right off the bat. He starts wallbanging there and manages to connect with one shot on my leg through the cover. Honestly, this is where I decided to make my own aggressive play. I go for the jump peak. The advantage here is that it is less predictable than a standard peak, and it can momentarily confuse the opponents, relying heavily on these footstep audio indicators. I commit to jump, already aiming low towards where I know where the legs will be, and just spray him down. The dum-dums do their job on the damaged legs, and that skewers the kill.
Oh my god, nice smoke. Okay, I gotta be smarter than them. Yeah, there's two. Yo, David, what's good, bro? How are you doing, David?
Shh, quiet.
Where we're already deep into a stalemate against what I knew was at least a duo. You see me moving carefully because my worry was this: playing passively for so long might have let them set up a strong defense, or worse, start a flank. I decided it was time to stop playing passively and force something to happen. To break the ice, I tossed out a contact grenade. The main goal wasn't getting a kill, but rather using the explosion to force movement, maybe get a reaction, or just create some chaos I could push into. You see me push immediately after, but they have nades and I don't have enough info, so I went back inside. And then there's this smoke grenade.
Oh my god, nice smoke.
I popped out an endurance stim. That extra stamina is really important for making aggressive pushes or quickly repositioning if needed. Also, just double checking the MPX is ready to go.
Shh, quiet.
Now listen carefully. Hear the pin pull? That sound is my signal to push while he's locked in throwing animation. I move aggressively into his box cover and catch him completely by surprise. Lucky for me, his grenade turned out to be a gas, not a deadly frag. Now I need to maintain pressure and not let him take control of the fight or get a chance to heal. Decided it was time to re-engage aggressively here, starting pushing back into the main room, using the available cover. He definitely knew I was pushing. We traded some shots while I tried to pinpoint his exact spot and use cover smartly. For the final move, I committed to a wide jump peek. This can be risky as it exposes you, but it's often unexpected for someone holding an angle and helps get your sight on target quickly as you clear the cover. Landed the shots needed to skewer the second kill. I heard some activity, then spotted this target moving between crates, seemed completely unaware of my angle, lined up the shot, and got the first kill. That gunshot definitely just alerted any nearby teammates. After the first kill, the priority was information. I repositioned slightly, checking angles, but mostly focused on listening for the squad's reaction. Then I get clearer sound cues, sounding like two players moving close by, like rotating in response to my gunshot. Using this pillar for cover, hearing these two players nearby forced me to make a decision. I needed to pick the angle they might cross, as one of them moved across this open gap, likely trying to reposition or just escape. I took the opportunity. The last opponent was in the broadcast control room ahead. A direct push seemed to be dangerous, so I decided to lead with utility, throw a GHO grenade, then followed up with several stun grenades. My goal here was mainly to disorient him, force him off any tie angles, or maybe bait some shots to pinpoint his exact location. He started shooting back immediately, trying to land shots and all of my push. Since the stuns didn't force him out, I followed up with a quick contact grenade, then immediately switched to smoke. The smoke here wasn't just about blocking the side. The main goal was applying pressure and forcing him to move. And just as planned, the smoke forced him to reposition. That first move was the key opening crate by the utility. I pushed in immediately, knowing he's weak, and secured the final kill. It's a great example of how utility isn't just for cover, but it can actively manipulate your opponent's position. So right off the bat here, my Dio and I had the audio cues indicating a squad was operating in this area. You see me holding this tight angle on the doorway. I'm anticipating they might push through here, and being pre-aimed gives me the best chance to land the initial burst accurately before they can even react. The first guy swings, and because I was ready, it's a quick drop. Okay, one down. I'm just holding, listening, trying to process any sound cues that might give away their position. Since they aren't making a move, I decided I need to force the issue and take control of the space. Throwing a stun grenade here isn't about getting a kill. The goal is to deafen them, maybe flash them if they peek it, and most importantly, mask the sound of my own push. Sure enough, there's another one right there. This third guy, I'm honestly not sure what his plan was. Whatever the reason, he wasn't looking my way, making him an easy target to take down. Just as I cleared the third guy, my teammate's down, and I know there is at least one more hostile active. A direct rescue attempt right now is a suicide, so the priority shifts to creating separation and buying time. I toss out a GHO grenade into the doorway area, potentially forcing the enemy to wait or take a different route. Then I immediately closed both doorways. This slows down any potential push from him and gives my teammates a safer window to potentially start healing and for me to figure out my next move. I initially hold the angle near the steps, but I have to assume the last guy has a good idea. I'm somewhere in this immediate vicinity, so I decided to reposition to a slightly unconventional spot. Hopping up here gives me an off-angle advantage. Most players swinging that door will aim shoulder or head high. For someone standing on the ground level, being elevated means their initial point of aim will likely be below me, giving me a crucial split-second advantage. He doesn't even get a clean shot before going down. That repositioning, that changed vertically, made all the difference in the final 1v1.
Come on, go for the sauce. Do they know? Oh, it's right there. And he's 70. Oh my god!
My play here was to hold this corner by the manager's office door and gather audio intel. Heard his footsteps moving in the main room ahead. Sounds like he's maybe moving towards this doorway or crossing my line of sight. Okay, first kill down, but you immediately hear more movement. Now, my priority is to reposition safely and maybe create some confusion. Decided to use a stun to help my reposition. I pushed into his office and shut the door quickly behind me. The stun goes off. My main goal here wasn't really the blind effect, but using the noise and confusion to make my own movement sounds while I got behind the concrete pillar. Now, safely behind hardcover in the office, just listening, I could hear him moving, right on cue. He peeked, exposing himself, took the shot, second kill confirmed. Needed to get positioned safely. Right after 2 kills, I heard aggressive footsteps from the other office, inches. Sounds like he was pushing hard, likely trying to trade his teammates, while my attention was elsewhere. Quick snap aim to this new threat, caught him just as he rounded the broken wall. Third kill was skewered. That was a very fast push. He almost caught me off guard. So I'm basically setting up an ambush here, scanning the common pathways and loose spots below, just waiting for somebody to get greedy. And that patience pays off right here. A quick controlled burst from the MPX, and the first kill is skewered. I see more movements across on this same upper level. Fired a few shots, looked like I might have tagged him, but he reached cover very quickly. Didn't skewer it down, but it confirmed at least one more player is near, and he was now likely aware of my position. So the logical move was to reposition. I'm throwing a stun grenade towards their last known position. My main goal here wasn't trying for a full blind. It was purely to bait out some kind of reaction. Maybe force them to shoot, move, or just confirm if they were still holding that spot. Heard nothing after the stun. That suggested they were either holding their position very disciplined, or maybe they had already rotated away. Either way, this seems like a safe moment for a quick reset. Started a careful peek around the sandbag line, and there's target number 2. You can't assume this area is clear yet. The next logical step is to push methodically, clear these angles, and confirm the zone is secure before even considering loot. The fast fire rate of the MPX and my fast reaction time saved me there. Also, always try to aim above the head because you kill enemies way faster and you save more ammo. Making the right play is half the battle, but does your MPX build needs cost a fortune? You saw what these setups did today. Click the video on the left to see budget MPX versus a high tier build. Which one is actually performs when it counts.